Man, if y'all only knew what I have to sometimes go through, but it's okay and it's all right. Long as we here, we gonna do this thing. Can I get 3 cheers? Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Yo, we gonna do this thing today. Ain't nothing gonna really stop this train, cause we do this thing and it won't restrain. Everything is gonna be all right. Start now and it's going down. Urban Therapy with Sun Show. How could there be problems? Well, doesn't really matter, just as long as you take care of them, solve them. And we here right now. What's going on, y'all? How you feeling now? Yo, T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have my peoples right up in your sight. And Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. Even though you be talking all the crazy stuff, I'm glad to see ya. And my brother Ansel Jones. All the girls in Baltimore can never leave him alone. And my big sis, Robin Ming, is always here to do her damn thing. And she's a queen for a king. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Stop complaining now. Ow. Everything's gonna be all right. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We are talking about used to getting that fast money. You know, used to getting that fast money, trying to deal with a 9-to-5. You know, sometimes when people try to clean their lives up, we only think about the drug addicts and people out there that that have had to deal with addiction. But when you think about the people who fostered their addiction, when we talk about drug dealers and we talk about hustlers on the street, people who lived that hustler life and was used to getting their money on a day-by-day basis instead of a weekly basis or every other week, well, we have to acknowledge their struggle too, because that actually may be talking about you. You just never know. Every job that's a hustle is not an illegal job. Think about people who do hair. And when I say people who do hair, I'm not talking about people who work in a shop. I'm talking about people who have made their home their shop. And I know that all of y'all women have somebody that y'all used to go to. Y'all had to go right up in the crib. So before y'all could get your hair done, you had to wait until she got finished frying eggs, feeding children, changing diapers, dealing with her man, all kinds of crazy stuff. But she could do the hell out of some hair, and she was doing it in the crib, and everything was going to be all right. That's how she lived. So when you're used to doing hair in the crib, you used to getting that money every day. Tax-free money coming every day. I said tax-free money coming every day. I said tax-free money coming through every day. You can say you don't like it, but if you had it that way, you would choose it, but you don't want to get in trouble because you are not in that bubble. So we're going to talk about that today. Used to that fast money, used to getting that fast money, trying to deal with a 9-to-5. Drug dealers that got caught, went to jail, coming home. They got to have a legal job in order to walk off the rest of their time. So the PO is like, yo, what you going to do? And you take a little job that has to be verifiable. It has to be verifiable income with taxes taken out. You have to not only pay your debt to society, you got to pay your debt to the IRS. And they want to make sure that everything is on the up and up, to make sure that you don't go back into that life, fall back into that life of illegal crime. So what being a drug dealer or a thief or a pimp or whatever, and selling socks and barrettes and oils and sneakers, and Timberland boots, that type of shit. Shout out to all the Akis out there. Shout out to all my Muslims out there doing the best that they can. And a lot of them make good money. I've seen people open up a store and none of the products in the store are legal as far as being the actual. It's like we have stores in Philly on certain avenues up on the Ave where we know that the Akis might have opened up a store and they got polo in the store, but that polo ain't from Ralph Lauren, but they got the polo from Ralph Lauren tag on it. It's a hustle. It's a hustle. And I ain't gonna say all of the sales, but 15 years ago, all of the sales would have been cash sales. They ain't had no, you can't bring no credit card up in here. Now we're gonna give you a hell of a deal. We're gonna give you a hell of a deal on these clothes. You want a little fly ass short set, Ralph Lauren short set, except it ain't, that horse ain't exactly the horse. Shout out to Beverly Hills Polo Club. What y'all know, what y'all remember. Shout out to people who couldn't afford polo back in the day. So you get chaps. Remember chaps? Y'all remember chaps? Shout out to people who wore chaps. Chaps was the same quality as polo, but they just didn't have them fly designs. They didn't have them fly designs, baby. So yeah. So when you used to making good money and good fast money, it's a little bit, well, not a little bit. It can be really hard to get used to this slow legal money. This slow legal money. Like, you mean to tell me I gotta put up with this bullshit from my supervisor, my manager, and these co-workers and all of this whole crazy shit? And I ain't bringing in but somewhere between $800 and $1,200 every 2 weeks after taxes. And honestly, if you bring in home $1,200 after taxes every 2 weeks, that's actually a pretty decent job. It don't sound like it is, but it is. That means you making about, I don't know, somewhere around $18, $19 an hour. Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? I know. Because it don't sound like that's any kind of money. And to most of us, it ain't no kind of money. Well, to a lot of us, it ain't no money. For a lot of people, some people are only bringing home less than $800 every 2 weeks. So when you was used to making $800 a day or more, or way, way more a day, and now you are bringing home a fraction of what you made a day in 2 weeks, you're going to consider getting your hustle back on. Like, I got to find a way to be able to take care of my peoples, because this ain't working. This ain't a good look. This ain't the move. I'm not going to be able to take care of my people. Listen, I've known drug dealers who told me that they was making more money in jail than they made when they came home. They was somehow able to finagle. They was making money somehow, not in their jail job, but they was able to connect with their people at home and still be making enough money to take care of their wives, that's plural, and their children, and make a decent way of life for them when they came home. Certain people have had their sentences reduced. They may have thought they wasn't coming home for damn near life. And I mean, so if you got 45 years, shout out to the boy AR Ab, you got 45 years, you've been sentenced to 45 years in jail, 50 years more, whatever. Some old crazy numbers, to whereas when you get out, you're going to be so old, there won't be any life left. What's going on, Stacy Yvette White? Thanks for coming through, holding it down for the D all day. Hey, and Stacy S. Cook, it's always a good look. Thanks for coming through. Make me confident, never shook. Word. And also Sucre JTX on the Instagram side, and also Rita Reds. What's up, Rita? What's going on, Rita? Good to see me some you. So that's what we're talking about. So let's get it popping, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single weekend from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish, even though sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday, and it is Sunday, and we are doing a damn thing. We are talking about used to getting fast money, trying to deal with a 9 to 5. I'm your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It's the daily. That's the Urban Therapy with Son show. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, bust it up with each other, go back and forth all day. We play on the monkey bars, the swings, push each other up the sliding board, playing a sandbox, merry-go-round. It's all good. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see how we project into this life in this thing called the universe and see where we fit at. So when you start talking about making fast money, most of us start thinking about drug dealing right out the gate. And it's not always a drug dealing thing. It's not always about drugs and shit. They always saying black people be selling drugs and shit. But it's not always like that. Like I said, you may have a tax-free hustle going on that pays you more than your 9-to-5 job. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 job, but you have always had these hustles on the side that have supplemented your income. And that's something that you can really get used to. Some people are used to making more money, even more, get me more. Like a lot of people who started driving for Uber and Lyft. A lot of them thought that they was going to make some tax-free money on the side. Uber and Lyft tell on you. They'd be like, shit, we got to pay taxes. You got to pay them too. But nonetheless, shout out to people like my other brother from another mother, Donald Mack. My other brother from another mother, Donald Mack. What's going on? So, one thing about my other brother from another mother, Donald Mack, is that he stays Ubering and Lyfting. Even though he has a college degree, even though he has a decent job, but he's constantly used to making good money. And being used to making good money is something that's a good thing. But the government may feel otherwise, and people around the way may feel otherwise too. How do you feel about it? How do you feel? Do you have a skill, a trade, the gift of gab, to whereas you make good money on the side? I know, doing comedy for years, many comedians were getting booked enough, traveling throughout the United States, making enough money to whereas they ain't getting no regular job. They go ahead and do a show that pay them $1,000. So their weekends was looking real good. One show here, $1,000. Another show there, $1,000. Friday and Saturday night, 2 stacks. You good. And that's not to say that you might do more than one place in a night. And even if it's not $1,000, 500 here, 400 there, 600 here, whatever you negotiate, depending on how good you are and your ability to be able to put people in their seats and generate revenue for these promoters. But yeah, when you get used to being able to make a week's worth of money or 2 weeks worth of money in one night or just a couple of nights, I ain't trying to work that regular job. Mm-hmm. And that's not necessarily what people will call fast money, but it is good money. And it does come faster than working 2 weeks. So even if you're not a top name comedian, to whereas maybe you only getting 100 or 200 for a show. A lot of people don't make 200 for 20 minutes to 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. 45 minutes is headliner time. You're only supposed to be up there for 45. They might be up there for an hour and a half. But they got paid for 45 minutes. 45. So, it's good money. If you have a 9-to-5 job and you making that kind of money on the weekends, that sure beats the hell out of another part-time job where you may have had to work 8 hours on the weekend or 4 hours, part-time on a daily basis. You winning. And standing on stage telling jokes is a great way to avoid the IRS. Not that all of them beat that. If that's your primary source of income, somebody is going to tell on you. Because you're probably getting big name shows. Somebody puts $1,000 in your hand, they're going to report it. Because somebody's going to report them. And if you're paying more than $5,000, come on, I mean more than $1,000, yeah, all of those artists are getting reported because you're getting reported, so it only makes sense. As Cook talking about some son got the guns out today. Guns. Let me see. Oh, Cherry is in the house. Cinderella Dana Day. Well, it's the woman Dana Day with fame. It's Cinderella Dana Day. Well, it's the woman Dana Day with fame. What's going on, Dana Day? Ansel Jones says the biggest change I had to make going from military to civilian is I knew every aspect of the jobs. Civilian life bosses make rules on the fly. I never looked at it that way. Never looked at it that way. Yeah. In the military, things are very structured. It's sort of like having a union job. And anybody who's ever worked in the union, rules ain't no rules. Y'all know how it is when you in the union. Only rules are against against management. All the other rules are in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my union personnel out there. Shout out to all my union members out there. I ain't mad at y'all. I be mad at y'all when we in arbitration though. Even I had to stop getting mad at y'all for that. Like, you know what? I'm trying to think, like, if I could get away with the bullshit, I would do it too. But I wouldn't keep doing it. I know that. Because that just ain't what the God do. But hey. One thing you won't get out of me is hate. Not for not for some advantages that other people have that I could have if I chose to live that life. It's all good. Cherry says, when I go to work, I feel like I failed. I love working for myself. I always made more money. It seemed like a hustle. It seems like I hustle harder though my hours was longer. I felt better about myself. I don't care how much money you make when you make it on your own. You're gonna feel better about that money than you're gonna feel about working for the man. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Being your own boss, making your own way, being able to be creative in your own way, controlling your own destiny, getting paid for your real worth, not the worth that somebody else has placed on you, you can't beat it. It's funny how some people are so afraid to jump out there on faith. And it can be scary because I've heard the cries of people who you may have said, yo, you make all of this money doing this. Why do you go to work? Yeah, but health insurance, and I got to make sure my kids get their health insurance. Kids, health insurance. Kids, health insurance. Yeah, health insurance. Got to make sure to get health insurance. I'm prepared to get sick. Health insurance. My kids might get hurt. Health insurance. My mama and my health insurance. You got to make sure you can get health insurance. I've never really understood that excuse, especially, and it might be my bias because I worked for years with no health insurance from a 9-to-5 job. I'm not used to having health insurance. I'm used to working legally, but not with health insurance. But you can get health insurance if you want it. We look at it like the company is paying the bulk of the health insurance, so it works out for us. But when you really look at it, that's not the way it's working out. Some of us work on jobs where it's like, yo, this shit, I ain't really getting shit. You on the bronze plan, you on the bronze health insurance plan. Your copay high as shit. And I figured that out a while back. Rest in peace to my former doctor, Dr. Uman. Dr. Uman was an Indian doctor. He was all right. He didn't offer all of the services that I thought he should offer, and he didn't have such a great bedside manner. But this is what Dr. Uman would do. Dr. Uman would give you a walk-in doctor visit, $35 fucking dollars. $35. That's what he charged. $35. That's some people's copay. So naturally, I stayed with Dr. Uman for years. Got a sinus infection. Go to Dr. Uman. He hooked me up. He would amoxicillin me to death because he knew I didn't have health insurance, so he wouldn't prescribe like a Z-Pack. He knew like a Z-Pack is probably a little expensive for you. Amoxicillin to get it done, it just won't get it done as fast. But you ain't allergic to penicillin. You take these Amox. So yeah. So something like so-called benefits shouldn't be what stop you from doing your best out there. Dope dealers never worry about health insurance. It's not that they never get sick though. But when you're getting the money being placed right in your hand, you'll figure it out. But so many of us are used to the 9-to-5 life, the security blanket of 9-to-5 life is really just conditioning. It's really just indoctrination. It's really just institutionalization. Secret Jatois says those prices took him out of here. Nah, he died. He had cancer. He had cancer. But he was shit. At those prices, when I carried health insurance, I kept him. And the copay was like $15. So I was like, the copay was $15. And it was a funny thing because they didn't have a cash register. So if you ain't have exactly $15 or $35, it was like you got to go across the street to the check cashing place and get the money. We don't handle cash over here. You can pay with cash, but we don't have no cash to give you no change. So you give us a 20, you can come back later on and get the 5, but you can't get it now. Meanwhile, go have a seat in room number 2. You know what I mean? Get ready to have this. Get ready to get this. you get this blood pressure taken. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it went. So yeah, but when you make your own money, it makes you feel better. So I understand drug dealers who find it hard after living that kind of lifestyle, thousands of dollars a day. It ain't easy to deal with $1,000 in 2 weeks. And you're trying hard to do the right thing because you ain't trying to go back to jail. You're trying to stay home. But you're like, this is life, but this ain't living. Okay. TK Wright says, working a 9 to 5 is a huge thing for me. It took a mental adjustment. I still have my own businesses. I can't function without having my own. You and Cherry ain't even dope dealers that I know of. She also says health insurance is ridiculously expensive when you pay for it straight out. But that's why, the whole Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare thing, that eased it up a little bit. It eased it up a little bit. Carol says non-group health insurance is very expensive. Trust me. Yeah, I believe it. I know it. I know it for a fact. It shouldn't stop you from getting your hustle on, though. Or it shouldn't stop you from firing your boss. TK Wright says, Carol, is crazy. I paid it so that I could have freedom from the 9 to 5, but it hurt every time I had to make a payment. As Cook says, gotta run, have an amazing day. That's what's up. Thanks for coming through. Ansel Jones says the biggest difference between legal and illegal is paperwork. Tax evasion is more jail time than people think. Yeah. But they have to prove tax evasion. So if you're a smart businessman, you'll find tax shelters. You'll find a way to wash money. And that's if you get money like that. It's a shame that the IRS picks on people that are making 5 and 6 figures. Like, you ain't even making 6 figures and you getting picked on. It's like, that is ridiculous. But it shows you the game. Like, yeah, they will pick on the little man. They milk the poor. But you see Donald Trump not paying no taxes, Amazon not paying no taxes, all of these big corporations not paying no taxes. And every time the Democrats talk about them paying their fair share, everybody start bitching and talking all that old crazy shit. And they never have to pay their fair share. That's the only thing about it. It gets talked about them paying their fair share. But I guess there's a lot of gray matter around the word fair and share. So it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. Let me see. Carol says, Taki, I know it hurt me too when I first became disabled until Medicare kicked in, right? She also says, be safe. Okay, wait. TK Wright says there wasn't Obamacare when I was doing it. I get it. I know. The Affordable Care Act helped a lot. And that's why it's funny when motherfuckers, when Republicans try to play it down. I get it. It's all political. They got to make it seem like no matter what ideas come through, Democrats that is ridiculous, whatever. But they know there were benefits to the Affordable Care Act, and it worked for many people who were making decent money and poor people. Come on now, stop it. I didn't like the mandate and still didn't. All right, Trump took away the mandate. Good for him. Good for you. Good for me. Good for us. Good for we. But nonetheless, all I'm saying is we should not let health insurance be the thing to stop us from being independent, financially independent. Because the inspiration that you will give to somebody else that wants to do it out there by you doing it, by you working, by you making it, by you being creative, by you showing and proving, it's going to far outweigh the struggles that you may have writing out that check. I mean, when you think about it, we got other people living out here beyond their means with things that aren't healthcare related. Like, how many people do we know that have a car note that they really can't afford, but they make sure that they afford that bitch, don't they? Yeah, I got a BM. Yeah, I got a Benz. Yeah, I got this foreign shit. Me and my friend. If we can overspend to get fly, then we can overspend to get by. We need more examples of black business, black independent business. We just need it. And I know y'all know that already. I know y'all know. It's some shit. It's some shit out here. Shit is real. It's too real. Carol Chamberlain says that Taki, I was finally able to get the Affordable Care Act right before Medicare kicked in, and the premiums were just okay. Yeah. When I got it, it was $57.70 that first year that Obamacare came out. It was $57.70 a month. And I had the silver plan. The next year, that shit went up to like $2 something. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, nah, I'm good. In the company that I was working for at the time, getting that, I couldn't afford the company health insurance. Do you understand what I'm saying? I couldn't afford my company's health insurance. I couldn't afford it. That shit was too high. I was like, shit. Why you think I started drinking this shit? Exercise, choline. That was my Obamacare. And herbal tea. So yeah. So let's get into it, y'all. Used to making that fast money. Now, what y'all talking about is business money, and it may not have been fast money, but it was evidently sustainable money. If you are able to make enough money to be able to take care of you and your family and feel good about yourself and be able to build and start to generate multiple streams of income, that's a great thing. But multiple streams of income are a source of fast money. When you have a bunch of money coming in from different places, or you have a little bit of money coming in from a lot of places, it equals a lot of money. And you're going to get used to that. Residual income, baby. Residual income. Shout out to all of my middle market. What is it called? Mid-level marketing. Mid-level marketing? Isn't that what it's called? Middle marketing or mid-level marketing schemes? Shout out to all y'all pyramid schemers out there. It's only a pyramid. It's only a pyramid when you ain't in it. It's only a pyramid when you ain't in it. Shout out to Amway. You know what I mean? Shout out to Paparazzi Jewelry. Shout out to what's that shit that all them cats affiliated? Herbalife. Shout out to Herbalife. I don't even know if the shit work. Cats get money. Somebody get paid. Carol told me something. Is that tea, Omar? Nah, that's dirty water. You see that sack in there? See that sack, dirty water sack. That's where I keep the dirt. It used to be a plant in this jar. I took the plant out. If y'all would like to call into the show, I invite y'all to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, on. 319-527-6199. We are talking about used to the fast money. Trying to do that 9 to 5. Trying to do the 9 to 5. 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. It's a way to make a living. So, you know. You see, Robbie Ming, my big sis Robbie Ming says some people have cars and nowhere to live. Good point. Oh, multi-level. That's right. Multi-level marketing. Actually, I've never heard that. I've always heard mid-level marketing. Multi. Okay. I'll take it. I will take it. And Sales Jones says, starting today, how long would $1 million keep you living comfortable? Well, first you have to ask, would $1 million make you live comfortable? But I know that for most of us, it would get us at least a good year. Some people could fuck up that $1 million in a year with bad investments. Bad investments. Some motherfuckers would go live in a casino hotel for a year, like, yo, I'm about to ball out all crazy. And I'm going to invest my money. Ansel Jones says, everyone think $1 million is the key to life. Well, it will make you a millionaire till you spend $1. Robbie Means says, at Carol, living above their means. You're right about showing off. Carol says, liar. And Robin, some people never learn that impressing people doesn't help your cause. They don't care about you. That's true. And so with good investments, maybe until I die. I hear that. And Carol says, I say that because I'm cheap. She's not really that cheap. She is just economical with all of the best shit. She's the type that want all of the top shit, but she gets it for cheaper than what it costs. So that's her idea of being cheap. She ain't Aldi's and Save-A-Lot cheap. She gonna get the good fish. She ain't gonna get that, that swai fish that come in a pack at the Save-A-Lot. She not doing that. Not that I know of. So you see, like, oh, look. This black bass is only $5.99 a pound. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I'm like, how's that cheap, Carol? It's cheaper than Reading Terminal. You win. You win. You got me there. Carol said, I eat salmon. I eat salmon, thank you. Okay. Yes. Yes, I am. I buy off the sales racks. I can't take it. Swear to God. Hey, a savings is a savings, though. I cannot hate. But yeah, man, I don't know about y'all, but I've known drug dealers that found it really hard to be reintegrated into society on the total legal side because they was used to making a lot of money. And it's funny because not too many people are sympathetic to their cause or their plight. They look at it like, well, you was getting all that illegal money, you was poisoning your community, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, you're poisoning the community, blah, blah, blah. You just forced them drugs right into their arm. Right into their vein. Here, you gonna take this heroin. Here, yo, stick yourself, Tony. Stick yourself, Tony. I'm like, okay. You gonna smoke the crack. No, you didn't have to smoke the crack. You never had to smoke the crack. And you know, I've never sold drugs. And I'm not an advocate, but I am an advocate for black business of any kind. And people don't want to look at drug dealing as black business or business at all. And I'm like, but you want to look at Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna as businesses. Because they're legal. But I wonder how much taxes they pay. You know, because it seems to me that the IRS decides if you're legal or not. Legal seems to be, do you pay your taxes? You're legal. You don't pay them taxes, you're not really legit. You may be legal, but you ain't legit. Let's talk about that for a minute, y'all. The difference between being legal and being legit. If I grab me a table, a 4x8 table, and I sell a bunch of barrettes, socks, white t-shirts, whatever they rock in the hood, it's legal. It's not against the law to sell those products, but ain't none of that shit being taxed. And I'm not paying taxes on any of my sales. So to the IRS, I'm legal, but I'm not legit. And legit means illegal to them. Because if I make enough money, then they coming to get me. If I make under a certain amount of money, then it's like, all right, man, go ahead and live. But as soon as I make above $10,000, you coming to holler at me. Like $10,000 is a lot. Like, no, it may not be a lot, but we tax the low too. We tax the low. Sukure says they invest in some street weed. Some street weed. Yeah. The bottom line is they do have business acumen. It may be unorthodox in some of their dealings, but it can't be denied that they learn how to interact with each other. They have to learn a certain amount of self-control. They have to learn the thinking of their ops. And ops is short for opposition. The same way that they have to make connections to be able to grow their businesses, expand territory. It's the same thing that businessmen do. It's just on a different level. And many drug dealers open up businesses with they open up legal businesses so that they can wash some of their money. Or I don't even like this. You know what? Forget about washing their money. They want to make sure that they peoples are good, and that when the bitter end comes, whether they get killed or whether they get thrown in jail, they want to make sure that they have some sustainable income to be able to take care of themselves and their families. And I'm sorry, I just don't have a big problem with that. Not me. You want to have to look for somebody else. I don't have a big problem with that. You know? So with that being said, when we start talking about what's legit and what's legal, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. Legit versus legal. Yeah. You're selling non-drug products. Now you can sell weed, which was for so many generations illegal, but now it's legal to sell it as long as the state says that it's legit. In other words, you have a dispensary, we done co-signed for you, you done paid your way in, and you're going to pay back in the form of taxes. Now, that same weed or stronger weed that was once killing the community is now legal and it's legit. Nobody said that it was good. Well, a lot of people do argue that weed is good for you was for some things. Okay, all right. I don't have no problem with that. I'm not against weed. I'm against weed being blown in my face and smoked all the damn time because, you know, people who smoke weed too much, I don't give a fuck what nobody say about it, but people who smoke weed too much just don't have their head on straight. And that shit be irking me. They be swearing they right about things that they're just not right about. They must have made the weed defiant, because weed smokers back in the day weren't defiant. They didn't argue all the time. These weed smokers nowadays, you can't tell them nothing. And I'll be like, somebody needs to tell them something. I know that. Somebody need to tell them something, man. That's funny how I'm looking at a picture of a monster truck taking DMX's body through a tour around New York. And I'm like, it just reminds me more and more how funerals are for the living and they're not for the dead. Why would his body need to go around New York? Is his spirit being spread all around, New York? What part of New York did they take him to all four boroughs? I mean, it was a meaningful gesture by the Rough Riders to, give their comrade who made them so popular a proper send off. But you die where you die. You don't die at a funeral. You die where you die. That's that. So when your soul lifts up, or whatever happens, it happens when when it happens, not when the undertaker is playing around with you and dresses you up and puts you in a casket and all that shit. But fuck it. We do what we have to. Like I said, funerals are for the living. They're not for the dead. So when we talk about giving somebody a proper burial, we're talking about each one of us who are looking at that. We're paying homage. They have already gone to the afterlife and whatever happens after that. Not to get off topic, but when I saw it, just thought it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the the casket is on top of that. That's it. See the casket up there is red. DMX written on the side of the truck. You know, like I said, it's a nice gesture, but it ain't for that wasn't for DMX. Wherever DMX is now, he can go to New York, Asia, Africa, probably outer space. We're down here to carry on legacies and try to make a reason for somebody else to drive through our respective towns and places where we came from. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can mean that much to somebody. But even if we never make it on that scale, well, anyway, legit and legal and legit and legal. Carol Chamberlain says, wait. Okay, drug dealers are supporting white businesses. Well, even black businesses support white businesses. There's really no way around supporting white businesses of some type. You know what I mean? You know, if you go to the store, whenever we go to the supermarket or something like that, we're going to be supporting white businesses. And that's okay. The important thing is that we create new black businesses. We don't have to strictly support white businesses, but they are the power structure, and they are going to be what the source that many of us learn to become independent business people from. So I don't have no problem with that. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And how you continue, it really, really means a lot. Okay. And so Jones says the HBO show The Wire showed me how Baltimore and my family taught me what I didn't learn in school. Interesting. Carol says, absolutely, Omar. I thought that was ridiculous in my opinion. Okay. Robbie Ming says, because the government seen how much money weed was bringing, so the government came up with making it legal so they could get their cut. Yeah. Why won't they do it with cocaine then? I'm gonna tell you why they won't do it with cocaine. Because they cannot make cocaine a pharmaceutical drug. They cannot legitimize it for eliminating pain. That's why they could take heroin and make it legal in the form of opium. I'm sorry, in the form of morphine. Morphine is heroin. Hospital grade. See, it's morphine in the hospital. It's heroin on the street. And it all comes from opium. So, yeah. And it's a painkiller. They cannot find a way to make cocaine a painkiller. What they can do if they wanted to make cocaine legal was take it to South America with the coca plants, because the coca leaves that South Americans eat staves off hunger pains. Yeah, cocaine does have some. Well, cocaine itself doesn't have any medicinal properties. Wait a minute. Hold on. Before I get on my high horse and start talking shit like I know it, well, let's see. Because I might don't got that right. I might don't know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Does cocaine have any medicinal uses?
Does cocaine have any medical uses?
Oh, shit.
Medical use of cocaine as an anesthetic. The fact that cocaine has anesthetic properties is unsurprising, since cocaine and lidocaine are chemical cousins, and lidocaine is used as an anesthetic. Cocaine as a street drug. On the street, cocaine is sold as a crystal and powder, plus more.
Cocaine does have medicinal uses in another form. Well, bite my tongue. Well, you know what this means? Somewhere down the line, when they can find a way to push it, they will make cocaine legal to sell. It ain't the way you start, it's the way you finish. So just like with you may have started small time in whatever businesses that you have started or thought about, and then you grew, you got more ideas, you started to get more customers, you understood what it took in order to grow the businesses a little bit more, and you started making more. Same thing with cocaine, same thing with the government and weed, the government with alcohol, the government with heroin, and now the government with cocaine. Cocaine can be used as an anesthetic. You can best believe once they start being able to use it as an anesthetic that can be proven to be as effective as the anesthetic that they have been using, cocaine, well, you're going to see cocaine dispensaries, because they want all of the illegal money off of the block. They want it out of society. They want to be able to get into your pockets. So look at here. Cocaine. It says medical use of cocaine is an anesthetic. The fact that cocaine has anesthetic properties is unsurprising, since cocaine and lidocaine are chemical cousins. Lidocaine is cocaine. All right. So is lidocaine in the doctor, cocaine on the streets. Lidocaine in the doctor office, cocaine in the streets. There's lidocaine all up in the hospital emergency room, and on the streets, it's a doom. Okay. Well, what do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? I'll be damned. Hold on. Wait a minute. Cocaine is a particularly effective local anesthetic that works by blocking the nerve impulses, specifically by blocking norepinephrine uptake. Cocaine causes vasoconstriction and anesthesia. As a medical treatment, cocaine is used during procedures involving the upper respiratory. Yo. It's going down in this bitch. Oh, shit. Ow. Wow. I would post this link. But it's so long, I don't think that they'll. Let me see. Seems too long. Let me see. YouTube only allows 200 characters, and I think this one got that beat. Let me see. And let me see. Damn, it's exactly 200. Fuck. Rocket. This shit was exactly 200 characters. Damn, man. Damn, say. Damn. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Don't just stand there. Hit the like button. Yo, y'all know y'all care. Yo, hit the like button. Me, do that for me. Yo, you're down with me. All right. Urban Therapy with Sun Show, y'all. Used to making fast money. Used to making fast money. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Trying to deal with a 9 to 5. Trying to deal with a 9 to 5. We got to deal with a 9 to 5, homie. Okay. Queen Matu Mayini, Queen Monica is all up in the house. What's going on, Queen Monica? Good to see me some you. Happy Sunday. Hey. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Cherry says, yes, Robin, it's legal. And it's funny because growing up in school, I was taught it was a gateway drug and people were arrested for selling weed. And it still is a gateway drug. It is. Well, since they won't let us call it a drug no more, it's a gateway substance. No way around it. You can smoke all the weed you want. Once you sniff that coke, you man, fuck that weed. This shit is dope. I thought the weed was relaxing me, but not like this. Well, cocaine actually makes you hype, but it makes you hype and confident. Okay. Cherry says, sorry if I have any misspelled words. I have an eye infection. I can't even see the screen. Oh shit. Somebody even gave you pink eye. Told you about hanging around with dirty ass niggas. You know what I mean? Yo, they need to start coming up with the eye mask. You have to wear a face guard, Dana. You know what I'm saying? Like the dirty ass niggas give you an eye sickness. It makes you sick in the eye. You right though? Pink eye ain't no joke. Okay. Right, you're right, man. Cherry, you know when weed was illegal, you did get locked up, but now it's legal. You won't get locked up. Carol says, Omar, don't forget Coca-Cola used to have pure cocaine in it for years ago. That's why Coke had to change their formula because the government said that they couldn't make money. I can't, man. Lordy! Carol says, Omar, I have lidocaine patches that I get from the pharmacy for back pain. Yo, man, you got to get off that shit. Intervention for Carol. She on that shit. I still like you though. You still look good. You still look good though, ma. I ain't gonna hold you. TK writes this. It's about time for me to start selling cocaine. Lidocaine for right now, ma. Don't sell the cane. Don't not yet. Not on the internet. But when you get your packs, when you start getting your first pack, okay. Magnificent Morocco, my brother, Magnificent Morocco said, I'm buying a couple of properties with the next stimulus check. Who's in? Listen, only way I'm buying properties is if I get some cocaine money. I refuse to spend my hard-earned, saved up money on properties. I need startup capital that comes straight from drug sales. Who's with me? Who's with me? If you with me, call 319-527-6199. You know what I mean? We're going to get this party started right. We're going to get this party started quickly. TK right says, too late, Emily. Wait. Emily says, Taki, don't do it. Taki said, too late, Emily. I just signed up on a multi-level marketing website for lidocaine. Yes. Yes. Let me know when you make that elevation up. Carol says, I'm holding the line. You supposed to press number 1. I answer you press number 1. You don't press number 1. Your friends list request is going to wrap around the block. Now look, we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last number is 8658. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Hey, how are you this evening? I mean, this morning, caller.
How are you?
Feel like a real man should. And you are a sound for sore ears. Ow.
No, I'm not. Listen, you know, the government has always had cocaine out here in various forms. They just can't call it cocaine.
That's right.
You know, when I was a kid, we used to go to the drugstore and they had fountain sodas. And they actually had people who would come in and buy bottles of, without a prescription now, Coke syrup. And they were using it for kids that were teething, people who had pain, you know, and you could buy it right there. You didn't need a prescription. Coke syrup was a form of cocaine.
Coke syrup.
If you remember, yes. It's like when you go to a fountain store, a pharmacy, you get a fountain soda, they put the syrup in, then they put the seltzer or whatever it is that they put in it. Okay. Back in the 60s, they used to sell a drug called Paragard. Paragard was good for people with pain. It was also used a lot for kids or babies when they were teething until the junkies got a hold of it. You had to have a prescription for Paragard, but when they got a hold of it and realized that it was like a step towards heroin, or gave them the same feeling as heroin, then of course they made it where you couldn't get it. You can't get it. I don't care what doctor writes it. You won't get Paragard. So as far as cocaine being, you know, having to be made legal, it's already legal. Like you said, lidocaine and stuff like that. They just can't sell it as quote unquote cocaine. Not yet anyway. And when they do, they're gonna come up with a fancy name for it.
Yeah. When I start selling it, mine is going to be called Candy Cane.
They already got that name out.
I'm just
They got that already.
All right, then I'm gonna call it walking stick. You know, get it? Cane.
Yeah, I heard you.
Do you know about Have you ever heard of the Harrison Act? The Harrison Act.
I do remember hearing about it, but I don't remember exactly what it entailed.
Yeah, the Harrison Act. Let me see. It was it came into law in 1914, and that's when
I wasn't born yet.
I know. But this was the act that made narcotics illegal. Before, people used to put heroin and opium and whatever in their tea, coffee, and all of that. It was give them a boost.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like people get this espresso shot now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was back in the day, that was your espresso shot. Boost you up.
Mm-hmm.
The government has always had drugs that were legal under various names.
Right.
But, you know, the government's always slick too. So, you know, if it gets out that it's really a drug, then we're going to switch up on it.
Yeah. It says the Harrison Act is a federal law passed by Congress in 1914, also known as the Harrison Narcotics Tax Act. This act was the first use of federal criminal law in the United States to attempt to deal with the non-medical use of drugs. The provisions of this act were
taxes.
Yeah. The provisions of this act were designed to regulate and tax not only the distribution of opiates and derivatives of coca leaves, but their production and importation as well. They want it in.
Do you know how many people don't realize that poppy seeds is a form of heroin?
Yeah, they don't, and that's why
people.
Yeah, go ahead.
People get drug tested. People get drug tested.
Yep.
And they'll eat a poppy seed bagel, and then they wonder why it comes back.
Yep.
Positive.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, but I don't do drugs. Well, what did you eat today?
Yep.
I had a poppy seed bagel. Well, there's your cause. And even though it's baked, it still has the property. You don't bake it out of it.
Right. My man had a DUI or two, and he had to get the breathalyzer John put on his car ignition, so he had to breathe into the tube every time he had to drive. If he ate a hoagie, that car wouldn't start.
Okay. Guess why?
Bread is liquor.
And oregano.
Oh yeah. How about that?
Don't get it twisted.
How about that?
The oregano.
How about that?
Okay. Let me tell you, this ain't funny, but it is funny. One of my brothers, he used to smoke big weed, okay? And if he was not disabled now, he would probably still be smoking weed, okay? So he used to come home. I had a part-time job after school. And he would come home, and he would be like, on a Thursday, because he didn't get paid till Friday, just let me borrow $5. I'm like, you ain't going to give me my money back. Yes, I am. I got to get me a bag of weed. So I said, well, I ain't got no $5, but I got a bag of weed. I was about 14. He said, you smoking weed? Hell yeah, I'm smoking weed. I wasn't smoking. I went in the kitchen. You know, you had a spice rack.
Oh my God.
I took the thing of oregano, put it in one of his little brown envelopes. I sealed it up. I gave it to him. I said, now you got to give me this money back tomorrow because the guy won his money. My brother rolled that up, that oregano. He talking about, man, where you get that weed from? I need more of that tomorrow.
Are you serious?
I kid you not, my hand to God. He swore he was smoking weed. He was high. See, he had money to get his night train, and some beer, but he didn't have money to get his weed. So I gave him oregano.
Wow. Oregano.
Careful what you eat. Careful what you eat. And of course, this was in the late 60s and early 70s. So, you know.
I'm done. I'm done.
Smoked oregano.
That mean I
told him. That mean what? Every time you eat a hoagie?
Look, every time I eat pizza, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been as clean as I've been talking about. I only thought I was clean.
Nope.
I'm dirty.
Nope.
Been on drugs.
Nope. When I told him it was
crazy as shit.
Me and my sister-in-law, we was crying, laughing. He said, "What y'all think so funny?" So the next day we told him. He came in the kitchen. I said, "That's what I gave you yesterday." And I said, "Oh, you a lie. That was good weed. You just don't want to give me no more."
Oh my God. Yo.
Yep.
That's
that little brown envelope. Nice fat.
Right. Oh yeah, that was when the brown envelope. Yeah. So he had a good little stash. Yep. That's when a nickel bag was
And then it was a nickel.
Yeah. That's too much right there. But yeah. But you know.
And then his voice got high.
But you remember, you know, in the 70s, definitely, I used to hear about this a lot in the 70s. A lot of people in the 70s sold weed, you know, on the side. They had their own little customers. People would go to them like, "Yo, he got the weed." So, you know, they would work at their regular job, but when they got home, you know, people was waiting for them to sell them the weed. They would sell it to their friends and stuff like that. And they was able to do that shit for years, supplementing their income.
Exactly. My brother was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. My brother had a car. When it stopped running, the car stayed in front of the house. So he couldn't smoke weed in the house. Him and his boys used to get in the car, smoke their weed with the windows rolled up. Right? So, you know, they was getting big contact high.
Right.
Plus smoking it, right? They had a bottle of night train. Somebody had some beer. Well, one day, one of the guys in there rolled the window down. Smoke came pouring out. The neighbors thought the damn car was on fire. Them niggas was in there getting high.
Yep.
He had an old Chevy. And that's what he was doing. When it stopped working, they sit in the car, roll the windows up, because we ain't have no automatic windows on old cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's talking about the manual. Get your wind on.
Manual windows. Yes.
Yeah.
He kept that car until they towed it. He
Yeah.
never got it fixed. My dad said, "You're not bringing that shit in here." So that's what they did.
Yeah, that's
I'm
something.
telling you, the government has had their hands in drugs for centuries. Why do you think there was a Harrison Act?
Well,
so that they could make money off of it.
Well, since we're talking about, you know, used to making fast money, who makes more fast money than the government?
Nobody.
Exactly.
That's why they don't want you to make none.
They and the IRS is not a government agency, but they're government associated.
Exactly.
We can't
fall under a government umbrella.
Right. We can't check their books. We can't check on them to make sure that they are moving correctly, that they're not cheating. We don't even have. I mean, what kind of shit is that? They can look into all of your personal dealings, all your personal and professional dealings. They have a right to investigate all of that, but you can't even make sure that they're taxing you legitimately. No taxation without representation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they let you do that?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well, you know. Is
next
it?
time you eat a host, you think about that oregano. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get drug tested.
But that's crazy. But yeah, just like I said, the government is used to that fast money, and whenever you try to slow their money down, it's a problem because they ain't down with
No,
the
that's when
they
they
not
enact the
down with the
law.
slow money.
No, that's when they enact the law to stop it.
Right.
If you cut into theirs, then
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem for
they're
you.
going to find a law somewhere so that they can stop you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I mean, it's just simple mathematics. You're not going to get more money than I am.
right. Not even close. You know,
No.
when they've come through with these stimulus packages, and they have so much more money that they could give. You know what I'm saying? Like they bitching about this one only because it exposed. Well, I think one of the reasons is because it exposed how much they could have been doing all along. But now that they were able to do it without hurting themselves, it's like, well, ain't this some shit? So y'all just been letting everybody out here starve or make their own way as you took away their way to make it. But at the same time, you stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. And of course, a government should have plenty of money. No citizen should have as much money as the government has. But this is something that could have been done a long time ago. And we definitely have enough money to pay reparations. But
Of course we do.
Yeah, and always had. But they have always lied and said that there's no money for that and that it would be counterproductive and blah, 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 blah. Imagine that being counterproductive to pay your bills and honor your word. Well, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
it's deep. I mean, when you think about how long drugs, and let's just even take that one step further. You know, they say that, you know, the United States needs to stop allowing drugs coming into the country. That's basically, and I do say this, that's basically their income.
That's right.
They're getting drugs from Costa Rica, Honduras, all of those countries.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere they grow in poppy seeds and stuff like that, that's their main source of income.
And
I bet you it makes up 2/3 of the income coming into the United States.
At least. And whenever other countries don't follow our rules on how you should govern your people, in other words, and how you should manage your money, then we have a problem. Now they're the enemy. Now that's when other world leaders become dictators and tyrants and all of that. You know.
Look at El Chapo.
Mm-hmm.
And they got mad at him because he wasn't giving them what they thought was their rightful cut. What did they do? They got him, but his wife still carries on the business.
Yep. So, yeah. But
it's deep. Drugs has always been the main money maker for the United States. I don't care how you slice it.
Yeah. Drugs, baby, drugs. But
they tell us drugs can kill. And they doing more killing than anybody.
Well, they have proof.
You know, doing it legal.
They have proof that some drugs can kill or at least hurt you really bad with the Johnson & Johnson single shot. They took it off for 11 days. Like, nah, it's cool.
Now it's cool again.
Yeah.
I went to get my second shot this morning.
Okay.
I got Pfizer the first time. I got Pfizer the second time.
Okay.
So guess what? I'm cool. No headache. My arm ain't that sore. I'm cool. I feel like I did when I got the first one.
Well, that it's good that you know, you didn't experience any side effects or any negative effects from the medication. That's a good thing. I mean, personally, I hope that it works because nobody want to keep wearing masks for the rest of their lives, and you know what I mean.
You know, when they first came out with the shots, I was the first one that said, I'm not taking that crap. But then I looked at the number of deaths. I looked at the science. People with underlying health conditions, which I have. Okay? Why am I not going to take this?
Okay.
You know, my opinion, in my thought process, it was, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. But it looks like the don't might be the worst part of this.
Yeah.
When you've been as sick as I was, I ain't taking chances.
I understand.
I ain't never going back there if I can help it.
Well, either way you slice it, you're still taking a chance. You know what I mean? But you have to decide which chance is more beneficial for you. Like,
it's
I mean,
the lesser of two evils.
No doubt. Like, look at Saida.
You know?
Look at Saida. She just getting it. Like, we supposed to be on our way out, and she just getting it. It's like, dag, man, this is crazy. So it ain't over.
And the thing about people not getting it and exposing themselves to people that have it. Now, everybody doesn't tell you, oh, I had COVID, or oh, I had COVID last week. They're not going to tell you that.
That's right.
You know, and they're not concerned. But see, that's where selfishness kicks in.
It's not only selfish, but it's really.
You gotta go.
Yeah, it's not only selfish, but it's very irresponsible. You got people out here who know they have that shit and they're not. You know the part that gets me is, let's say you got it, but you didn't have it bad. Like you didn't require any hospitalization or any medical treatment. You know, you were able to just quarantine it away. It may have made you sick, but not like really sick. People be thinking that just because that's the way it did you, like that's the only way you could give it to somebody else. So since I didn't have that bad of a case of it, if I give it to you, you won't have that bad of a case of it. Like, it don't work that way.
Man, I don't want to be around nobody.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you had it, you stay over there. Okay?
You crazy.
Just stay over there, because you may get it, like you say, and you may not get it real bad. But that don't mean when you give it to me, I'm not going to give it real bad. I'm going to tell you something. If you've ever seen somebody on a ventilator, 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no joke. I was on one for 9 days.
Yeah.
And I didn't have COVID.
I do understand. I do.
So I mean, if you care about your people, and it ain't even got to be your family. If you care about your friends, you don't put them at risk like that.
Right. You really
60
shouldn't.
Seconds.
You really shouldn't. But this is where we are with it. All right.
Yeah. But don't forget, the United States has been in the drug game for many years. They have no intention of getting out.
Remember Oliver North. Never forget Oliver North.
Hello.
Shoot.
Hello.
Oliver North and Noriega.
I wish our people would read more and pay attention to what they read.
Right.
You know, because a lot of stuff you read, it may not specifically write it out in words or spell it out in words, but there's an underlying thing there.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to read between that.
Uh-huh. Without a doubt.
Come on, they're not going to tell you everything.
Not at all.
They're not going to tell you everything. It's like somebody playing 3-card Monte. They're not going to tell you how they won.
I know, right?
They have to get the money. They have to get the money.
They definitely are out to get the money. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right. We got to get up out of here. I got to get off here. So
dinner off.
Yeah. I gotta go finish
After
making
taking
some
my
more
dinner
fast
off.
money.
Oh, listen, was that really tea or are you serious about dirt?
It was both. Nah, it was tea. That was the regular, that was the yeah, that was the red clover, the dandelion and the mullein.
Oh, okay.
That what that was.
All right. Okay. Did you share the other tea? I started to tell Dita when she was doing the show the other night. Dita, ask me for some tea.
Yeah, she got dandelion, red clover, and and mullein. I got plenty to share.
Right.
I am right. I am right.
know you do.
I am right. She got the shot.
Selfish, selfish, selfish.
Yeah, well, we all have our times. I'm gonna change.
I know.
I'm scheduled for change in like 3 years. All right, have a good day. Be safe.
You too. All right.
All right, y'all. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 25th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Mrs. Abu, turning 30 years old today. And also Sharina Brand Ogando, happy birthday to you. And Keisha Dandridge, turning 48 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Princess Hill, turning 48 years old today. Hey. Princess Hill, huh? Let me see. Oh, I know who that is. Okay. And also Pat Sanders. Happy birthday to you, Pat. And politician, my man, Milton Street, T. Milton Street, notorious in politics in the city of Philadelphia, turning 82 years old today. Do the damn thing. And last but certainly not least, my sister in crime, Grime, Tila Williams, otherwise known as Lady Soldier. Lady Soldier, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday in this glorious April 25th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, man, listen. Getting used to that fast money ain't easy. That's whether you're a drug dealer, a thief, a pimp, a prostitute, a person who sells clothes, shoes, fashions, trinkets, electronics, whatever you do that does not pay money into the internal revenue service is going to be looked at as being illegit. It may not be illegal. You won't get any type of state time for doing it, but it could be seen as illegit, and you could be fined for it. You can be incarcerated on some federal bullshit if you make enough money. But they threaten you with the jail time anyway, whether you're making a lot of money or a little bit. If you're making enough for them to find out about or care about, we all have to do is the right things by them. The right things by them. That doesn't necessarily equal up to doing the right things inherently. But yeah. Get your grind on. Really, work your 9 to 5 if that's what works for you. Because there are people who work a 9 to 5 and don't think about making any extra money. They just want to have a job that pays them enough money for them to be able to live the American dream. I don't have a problem with that either. It's all a difference in mentality. I would think that everybody would want to be financially independent, but not everybody wants that. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you unmotivated. You do what you do in the way that you do it when you do what you do. But get your hustle on. You know what? I almost forgot. People who gamble. There are plenty of people who gamble, and they make a living that way, winning money. They know that you win some and you lose some, but it's a gamble. And any financial venture that you partake in is going to be a gamble of some type. So gamble wisely, just like you would be encouraged to drink wisely, party wisely, whatever the case may be. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all back to life. I appreciate you coming through. Yes, I do. I said I appreciate me some you. So we're going to get on up out of here. We're going to holler back. So Blog Talk, let me get you on up out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:00 p.m. on the Daily Go Get Mism show. Thanks for coming through, Grits and Wavy and Grits. All right, Blog Talk, you go bye-bye. You go bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
You go bye-bye. And my Instagram is 5slammerjammer. Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate me from you. All right. And for my YouTubers, y'all know what it is. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And see y'all tomorrow. See y'all in the book today. You know how it go.